You hear the expression, God, I wonder what these streets would say if they could talk. Sarasota Street Talk is making the streets talk, and we're recording what they're saying. So that, to me, that is what Sarasota Street Talk is all about.
Sarasota Street Talk is to introduce people of the surroundings.
We're literally right now, we're downtown Sarasota, and we hear people all around us telling different stories. Those are the streets talking.
Hey, Scotty, how are you?
Good morning. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing very well. A little bit of feedback there initially.
Another beautiful day here at the Farmers Market in downtown Sarasota.
Yes, another beautiful day. We're right here on the corner of Lemon and Main, right here in front of A. Parker's Books and the Gator Club, who graciously allow us to be here to pull off our shenanigans every Saturday. From so far, yeah. Until we just play
not
this
the shenanigans,
year by year.
Our location so far.
Yeah, we play this year by year.
Yeah,
Everything's live.
yeah.
Everything's by the seat of our pants here.
Unscripted. Somewhat planned.
As well, it's planned, but not very well.
No, we did good. So what we do?
It's very grassroots.
Well, let's
is what
introduce
I'm saying.
yourself, and then we can discuss what we do.
God, you have to constantly remind me of that, don't you?
No.
My name is Mark Klecka. I am a realtor here downtown Sarasota, Eric Caldwell, banker. My partner in crime to my left, your right, is
Scott Malouf, mortgage broker at Summit Lending Solutions, and real estate agent as well at White Sands Realty.
Mm-hmm.
And together we are
Sarasota Street Talk. So the whole premise being that everyone here is a story. So Sarasota is so full of stories and is people with different backgrounds, diversity, down for different reasons. And so, we have occasional guests that come on, but primarily we're right here on the street in front of Gator Club and Parker's Books. If the streets of Sarasota could talk, what would they say? You guys are the streets of Sarasota. So if anybody sees a seat open right here in front of us, please sit down, talk to us, tell us about who you are, where you're from, what you're up to. It's about you, like your story.
Absolutely.
We want to hear your story. We want to document it. It's a very community-based, grassroots thing we do in here.
Right, and in addition to the walk-up people, we also have a few guests per week.
Yeah.
That we schedule to come on.
So
Local businesses.
It's like cool enough that people come and actually
artists,
talk to it. Like
all sorts of cool people.
Our mayors come and talk to us. Business owners, restaurant owners, CEOs of different companies will come and just talk to us. But then it's also the people of downtown.
Right.
So that being said.
Oh, and I wanted to mention, and I'm probably going to have to, because I'm kind of blocked, but I noticed today must be a black shirt kind of day.
Oh, yeah. I think. You got your Dirty Bird shirt on.
Yeah, I saw Brian Bird last night, as usual, at Cask and Ale.
Okay.
And I said, hey, I'll sport a Dirty Bird shirt on the podcast tomorrow. So here I am in black.
And I think he mentioned that he has our Dirty Bird shirt, too. So we got to corner him and get those shirts from him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't owe us anything, but I'd like my shirt. But anyway, so we do have a fantastic guest here with us right now. Very excited to talk to him because it's actually very an iconic place here in downtown, and it would take an iconic person to run an iconic place.
Right.
Out of match. So if you wouldn't mind please introducing yourself, and you really have to get that thing dangerously just up on you, like on your lips.
Like a rock star.
Yeah, like a rock star.
Kind of familiar with it.
There you go. All right.
Hey. Wow, listen to the voice. Okay, you got my job. Whoop, hold on. There we go. All right.
Chef Chris Covelli, chef and co-owner of the Realm Restaurant Group /Sage.
Okay.
So you are the head chef.
They call me a lot of things, I'm sure, that I'm not aware of, but yeah.
But very impressive history, very impressive portfolio of things that you've done. French Culinary Institute of New York, for one.
Yep.
I mean, that unto itself speaks volumes.
Well, going to culinary school is not the easiest thing in the world. Former Wall Street executive turned chef.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So I 6-figure job before I turned 30. Quit my job, making zero, and decided to just take what I had in the bank. Thank you, and just
go to culinary
school, through Europe,
and do what you wanted to do,
and then
right?
jump through different countries, and just work in those countries and try to make up for the time that I lost that I wasn't able to work in kitchens.
Right. So when you're saying jumping through different countries, you're literally like seven
countries,
plus different countries that you established
Yep, and I speak 5
Working.
languages.
All right, I gotta go. I'm having trouble with one, so I'm still working on one. But no, wow. So which languages do you speak?
I always say it in the language. Hablo español, je parle français, parlo catalán, yo sono italiano, and I speak English.
Okay, I got all those. Yeah, I got those. I got those.
That's what he said. 5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, and also it goes farther than that as well. So you've been doing this for obviously a number of years.
A few years.
I was going to say, how many years have you?
How long?
When did you quit Wall Street and go into the culinary world?
I'm going to turn. A lot of people I know. A lot of people don't like to discuss their age. I'm actually proud. I turn 60 next month, and I'm still on the line. I still do what everybody else.
Yep.
And it's kind of like when you jump on Sauté, to give you a little idea, and the young bucks turn around and they're like, "Chef, slow down." I'm like, "No, you're half my age. Pick up some speed."
Yeah, right.
Like,
Absolutely.
If I can do it, you can do it.
And no, it's a great industry. I thrive on, the angry person that you can't make happy.
The pressure, a little bit of pressure.
They look at you and give you, for example, one of the things we don't do is we don't serve bread at Sage.
Yeah.
Why? 70% of bread served worldwide gets thrown out every night. So why not just take that money, put it in the bank, give it to the food bank, or donate it to a charity?
Love it. Of which, okay, so there's a segue into something else as well. You're a member of a number of charities,
Yes.
too, aren't you?
Yes, very much.
So it's like the Equality of Florida, Project Pride,
Yep.
as well as
Florida Wine Fest and Caring for Children.
Caring for Children charities. Are there any others? Or because I know Scott, this is endearing to his heart. Does Scott, he works with quite a few charities around here, and quite a few connections. So
yeah, it's always good to give back.
You got to give back.
It's always good to give
If
back.
somebody gave you don't give back, something's wrong.
Right.
For example,
I mean, a lot of it's probably how you were raised.
that's a perfect example.
Right.
I'm a
Yeah.
Northeasterner. I'm a transient. They always say, "Well, you're not a local." Well, technically, I've been here 20 years, so I consider myself. This is my city now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
I feel the same way. I've been here 2 years.
Scott's been
2.5 now.
Scott's
2.5.
been here for like.
I've been here 2.5 years, but I feel like I've been here for.
He's
20.
been here for 4 months. He feels
Yeah,
like it's his.
yeah, it's awesome.
You
I mean,
know,
look,
my
I'm doing a podcast.
You're local when you walk down the street and kind of like, "Hey, what's happening?"
A couple people. Yeah, it's fun.
And one of the things I love to talk about is some of the stuff I've done on the Food Network, and I've been on every national network in the U.S. And I'm still that guy that likes to sit down with people and hear what they have. I can still be educated. So first season of Rachel versus Guy Celebrity Cook-Off, I was the sous chef for Lou Diamond Phillips, and we won, and we raised $50,000 for Share Our Strength, No Child Hungry.
Right.
That's awesome.
No, I think that's a very important thing you just said, though, that you can always learn. You're always learning. So I think the moment that you go ahead and feel like I'm at the top of my game, I'm at the top of my industry, you might as well quit.
Right.
Because you can always, and it's not your passion. Like for real estate, there's always something to learn. Right?
And something comes up new or odd.
But
Mortgages,
and things,
same thing.
But then also
It's
with
like-
cooking, things change. So it's not like
Every day.
you've known
Yeah.
everything. Just things change every day. So you need to be able to
keep
keep up with
and
that.
Being creative, I'll bet, is what's cool about cooking. Being creative.
That's
and
why you travel.
creating new things
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, you
Yeah,
go and you
yeah.
learn things all over the world.
Every September, I take off. I go to Spain, and my base is in
Yeah, that's
Madrid
gotta
or
suck.
Barcelona.
That's-
And
I'm
I
so
take
sorry to hear
20
that.
days, and then I fly to different countries from there to see what I'm going to learn or what I'm going to do.
That's very cool.
So also, too, what was impressive as well, well, all these things, 16 plus years of a KitchenAid sponsor?
20
like,
years.
Like the face of KitchenAid.
I've been the ambassador for KitchenAid for almost 20 years.
So that would be, through TV, maybe commercials, through events, through like
Events,
all
but
those type of
mostly
things, or-
only live events. So anytime there's a live event. So when KitchenAid signed up with the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, they put me on stage. There's 4 of us usually from the Food Network. Everybody gets a day, and I get a whole week for KitchenAid. So I'm on stage for an entire week talking to people about family, golf, and food.
Okay.
And it's just been, I always say hard work pays off. You said something that I say all the time. If you think you know everything, quit.
Yeah.
Because you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Well, then it's no fun anymore. I mean, in a way, it's kind of, it becomes boring.
We are speaking to a gentleman who truly is passionate about what he does. You can tell. It's like you were in one industry, did it, and you got to a point where you're like,
done.
Not necessarily that you knew everything, but you're like, I feel like I've achieved what I want to achieve. Let's have fun. Like, I want to have fun doing what I do.
And you had a passion for food.
Well, it's like realty. Yeah. Realty, you're passionate about person buying their next home.
Right.
That's where they're going to live. That's where they're going to raise their family. That's where family's going to visit.
Yeah.
Me, families come into the restaurant. It's a one-way street in the restaurant industry. For me, you're as good as your last meal. And if you can't slow down and stop speaking and talk to the customer and let them tell you what they want, then you're done.
You know what? There are so many parallels, and I'm not going to say necessarily about like food. What's going on? Oh, see, I can't see. So that's what's going on.
You gave up on on the switcher, didn't you?
Like life, because what you just said was listen. Like it relates to real estate as well. You got to listen to what they want, provide them with what. It's not about selling the home. It's about matching somebody with something that
with
they
the home
need
that they
and
want.
listen, and not just be a salesperson, but be a consultant, and enjoy what you're doing. So a lot of parallels. So I just wanted to say here real quick for people passing by, we're here with Chef Christopher Covelli, who's the executive chef of Sage Restaurant and also co-owner, and along with Sharon Carroll. Is that correct?
Yes.
Sharon Carroll co-owns with you.
She's amazing. Not only is she like my sister, but we're best friends. And this lady is so community oriented. When we first met through a friend, there's always that, who is this person? What are they looking for? And I was just going to be a consult on that. And then she talked to my partner at the time and said, I want Christopher to be our chef. And I was like, I'm kind of good. I'm good. And then he said, well, you said you wanted to be in Sarasota permanently, so why not sign on to a project and make something happen?
Right.
Yeah.
And literally the two of us took Sage. I started with her at the end of 2016. We opened up Sage 2019. And that's how long it took us.
That's what being a newer person here in Sarasota, that was going to be my next question as a whole is, give us the background of Sage, when it started, things you've done since you opened in 19, and then I know recently they did some additional work that I saw some photos of. I haven't gotten in there since.
Well, we'll let him speak about the additional
exactly.
Well,
right-hand side. Okay, I've given enough away. I've given enough away. No, I'm going to let you do it.
She had the building. She bought the building because it's the old Sarasota Times building.
Yep.
And there's been people have lived there. It's been a newspaper. It's been a painting school. It's been a variety of things. You want the entire history, you get Sharon to sit here with you, and she will blow your mind.
That's what. I'm sorry to interject real quick, though, but that's a lot. Like a lot of the buildings down here share that same thing.
Can we just have a drink? Can we just stop in for a drink and have you guys sit with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? You set up on the rooftop and we'll do it there.
We'll do it. It's awesome.
And we'll put plates. Unfortunately, you'll have to eat and drink them, but it's.
Not unfortunately. Fortunately, we would.
If we have
it would be fortunate for us. All right, so continue. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
It's
my ADD kicking in.
It's really simple. Life comes towards you. You either grab it and hold on to it, or you let it pass you by. I decided to grab onto this with Sharon, and we decided to take off. That was 2016. A lot of people, depending on who you are, I was married. I'm married to a guy. I'm gay, and a lot of people. Some people have issues, others don't. 2019 was probably one of the best years of my life, and then 2020, everything went to hell because I lost my husband to COVID.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we were together 15 years.
Right.
But because of such a happy life, I still feel grateful for everything that's put in front of me. Like this right now, you two guys inviting me to be here, I feel grateful. So thank you.
Well,
No,
thank
well,
you.
and we feel
Yeah,
grateful
it's-
that you're able to come and
Right,
speak with us
right.
here.
I
And it's
have
so
a-
true. You know, I've lost 2 sisters in their mid 60s. You know, and it's like, what the heck? But then you
Don't
you
use
pull yourself
60.
up, but you. Well, I'm older than you.
You're older than me.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well, you look better than me.
Well, no, I don't know about that. But you know, you have those setbacks, but then you realize 90% of your life is fantastic, and you know, you just plow through the 10% that might be a little bit.
You got to plow through.
Yeah.
Just
so-
got to do it.
So you had the loss to COVID, your husband, and then the restaurant obviously was probably shut down.
The restaurant, we were
Because
shut
of
down for
COVID?
7 months.
7
And
months.
this is something a lot of people don't know. We could not get the PPP loans at first. We were behind. There was a big line of everybody trying to do it. So Sharon Carroll paid the staff through that 7 months out of her own pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow.
That's awesome.
This is
What does
not-
that say about that human being?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why
So
would I
much.
not sign on and stay with her and just say, I adore you because you are just a wonderful human being. And, you know, she has kids, grandkids now. I have kids, I have grandkids. And you look around and there's one thing you need to do in this world. Be nice. Just be nice.
Karma.
And it doesn't cost. and what we say, it doesn't, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
Knows where you live.
Right?
Karma.
It's it. And, you know, the restaurant industry, I use the clientele that come through, and every restaurant in Sarasota busts their behinds. It's a fickle community.
Well, and the thing is, and my brother's a little bit involved in Chicago in some restaurants.
I love that
Just
city.
as an
I lived
investor.
there.
That you did?
Yeah.
I lived there up until a couple years ago, and but all the restaurant people same here. You all seem to get along. You all encourage each other. Nobody badmouths other restaurants. So I think that whole community is pretty cool.
It is. We have a big respect, you know, everybody from, you know, Michael's on East, 1592, Stephen Phelps at Indigenous, there's all these different restaurants that you got Selva, Jeremy, who's the co-owner. You know, Jeremy 20 years ago was my assistant manager. A lot of these guys that are in kitchens and stuff worked with me years
Right,
ago.
right.
So there's a camaraderie. There's still a brother sisterhood here. And if somebody comes in from out of town, and I'm going to use the term, if somebody tries to put one of us locals down, they should be very careful.
Yeah, right.
Because we are a unit. We are, how would you say? We're a community that
Community.
you just
It
don't
takes
want to
it's
mess.
a village.
Well, we're
Just
and
takes- yeah, it takes
obviously
a
I
village.
didn't know you, but we're having a big event. Our non-for-profit is called SRQ Community. Small group. Some women I've met, and I'm on the board with them. And we're doing something in Bradenton. They're calling it Glamour in the Garden. And Raph over at Rose and Ivy is donating the food.
Great guy.
You know, so we know him. You know, I didn't know you at the time, but
Yeah.
we knew Raph. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
And he's donating the food. You know, and
Not
just
surprised.
and we've got Chris from Beauty Booze.
From Beauty Booze, and so
it's just a great event. And what we do is we give to other nonprofits. So we have 2 nonprofits that are going to get Kind I Am and Feeding Empty Little Tummies are the beneficiary of tonight's event.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of what I see just in the area. It's fantastic.
And from what you're talking about, and as you as well, everybody gets to know everybody else, and then so when projects happen or things, events happen, hey, I'm going to contact Scott, see if we could use him to do some of this, and reach out, and they'd be like, sure, we'd like to help you, and people combine and help each other in this town.
In order
You
to
know,
do
so-
in order to do your business right, you have to be able to be good neighbors. I can reach out to Stephen Phelps, any chef in this town, Tommy Clobber, you name it. If somebody applies, they work there. Call them and say, how'd this person work out?
Right.
Well, they're not with us anymore, so that should tell you
Right.
something.
Give
No,
it a
right.
shot. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
There's no bad mouthing. It's just you're not. My term I use is they're just not good for public consumption.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, that's a very
Yeah.
PC. I like that. I'm gonna use that. So if anybody walking by here, we've got the pleasure of speaking with Chef Christopher Covelli, the executive chef and co-owner of Sage Restaurant. And we're all familiar with Sage Restaurant. Right there at 1216 First Street, right down here, right down yonder, right across from my office, Caldwell Banker, right over there. And I'm sure the majority of people here have been over there to Sage.
I would think so.
And it's definitely one of the, when you talk about like rooftop bars, you know, they've got
the original
I
fantastic-
love the rooftop.
I almost
love the rooftop.
I do. I'm going to say I like your rooftop bar the best. Like you've got obviously Weston, very high, good view, great for sunsets. Okay,
Scares the
great.
hell out of me though.
Me
But
too.
it's
I'm
up there.
afraid of heights. I
But-
won't
but
go
you
that
should.
high,
That's
man.
the problem.
I won't go that high.
glass
I like
railings.
that third story's good.
You walk out and you're looking down.
Right.
I don't look.
Right.
down.
Then you got Artovation. They got their thing going on.
It's
They
only
do-
8
they
stories.
do a
That's
great
not
job,
So bad.
both
And
of
they
them.
do a
Yeah.
good job, and they're you know they've got a good kind of downtown view.
Right, right.
But the coziness you feel over at Sage, I feel with like the greenery upstairs,
That fire pit
and the
up
fire
there.
pit, and just how it's.
Is
I think it's my favorite.
Aaron still a bartender up there?
Aaron's still there.
I met him outside of at a little sports bar when I first moved here, sitting there with his girlfriend having a beer, and I got to talking to him. He goes, "Oh, I'm a bartender
Yeah,
at
he's
Sage."
a good guy.
And I went,
They
"Very
both
nice
are.
kid, young kid."
And his
so.
girlfriend, actually fiance, is a photographer in town.
Oh, okay. So this is how it is here. I knew no one at that point. I don't think I knew
Scott,
you
you have
yet.
probably gone through.
I didn't know you yet.
Yeah, like in the past year and a half or whatever, it's just
Yeah.
gone through.
Yeah.
I've been here for like 99 years, and you know more people than I do.
No, I don't think
you know
so.
more people
Not
than I
even-
do
not
in
even
this
close.
town.
Not
right
even
now.
close. All
Yes,
right.
it is.
Anything
Hey,
else before we
I
let
am.
this
I am
gentleman?
good. I'm just.
All right.
I'm just so thankful that you took the time to come by here. I know you're
It's a
very, very
pleasure.
busy.
So, Chris, we always at the end of every show, so to speak, interview,
Yeah, you go
we
ask-
always have the hot seat. Mark's
You-
going to
no,
be the
no,
one
no,
to
no,
ask
no, no,
you
no, I'm not.
the hot seat question today.
You can ask whatever you
Damn
want.
it. No,
I got nothing to
We
hide.
kind of
No.
joke about it because it's not really a very, very hot seat. it's
No,
just
I really
a warm
can't
seat,
do that.
and we put people on the spot. So, Mark,
Think of this.
go ahead.
Think of this. I'm in the restaurant
I
industry.
know.
What can you do to even put me on
Oh,
the
wait.
spot?
Well.
Oh, you won't say that in a
okay.
minute.
So, what
There's
are your
this-
top 2 favorite restaurants in this town to eat on? In which order?
That's easy. It's
Sage
really
and Sage.
easy.
No, come on.
No,
Actually, I
there's-
think we're going to get a very.
No, I know.
there,
It's-
there are
serious
no
answer back, I
top
think.
2 when it comes to certain things. When we start to expand, take Sage, Selva Grill out of it. If I have to go to 2 top individual mom and pop shops, I go to La Violetta,
Okay.
which is a couple from Parma who moved here and busted their behinds to make that an amazing restaurant. And then I immediately go to Indigenous with Stephen Phelps.
Right.
Right.
You know what? Thank
Very
you for
good.
not making me feel silly because I thought I was totally getting into a trap in that one.
Yeah.
Because
But
Selva
yeah.
and we have 2 restaurants.
And you
Right.
can't go. And you can't go wrong anywhere in Sarasota.
I know,
That-
that's-
you
that's the
can't.
politically correct one.
And that's kind
you
of
can't
the
go
main
wrong down
answer.
here, right? No. It's,
With so many Zagat-rated restaurants within blocks of each other,
Yeah.
you can. It just depends what you like.
We
So
just
it's
need
hard to
more
say
food
that.
trucks.
Yeah, we definitely need more food trucks. Yeah, we don't have enough food trucks. Hey, thank you so much
It's
for
my
coming
pleasure.
on.
Thank you guys.
All right. No,
And
thank
thank
you
you
for being
both for
here.
following us on social media.
Oh, absolutely,
Yes,
and I
and we
encourage everybody here to do the same.
Yep.
Mr. Covelli here, over the executive chef over at Sage, and co-owner over there. Thank you so much for coming.
You
Thanks.
on.
got it. I got to go
Appreciate
back over
your
there.
time.
We have 80 people on the rooftop right now.
Oh my God, you need
Okay.
to get back.
Thank you,
And
guys.
now we'll look you up next time I'm there, or Sharon, and get more of the background.
Yes.
You know, and have a little
Over drinks.
conversation over drinks, of
and
course.
good and good
All
appetizers.
right, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you
Nice
so
meeting
much.
you. Thank
Very
you.
nice to meet
Very
you.
good. That was awesome.
Oh my God, see, this is
That's why we do this.
This is why we do it. A, B. Just goes prove that attitude shows that everybody works in unison together to make things happen in this town. It's not a single entity. It's a group of people that make downtown Sarasota the way that it is.
It's a great, great city.
I love this
I'm
town.
so-
I love downtown Sarasota.
I love downtown
Hey,
Sarasota.
And
Oh,
speaking
that's
of
a
which,
that's
oh
a Facebook group.
What a segue!
It's a group,
Yeah,
not a page.
So, yeah, I run the I Love Downtown Sarasota Facebook group, the ILDS. It's a group, not a page. So if anybody's on Facebook, if anybody's on Facebook and would like to join, it's I Love Downtown Sarasota. It's a group, not a page. ILDS. We hold events, and it's not a real estate at all geared group. It's all about events and what to do and where to go and who's who and what's what, and so it's just a lot of fun. So I'd encourage all to join. If you get a chance, if there's anybody who lives in Central Park too, I would venture to talk to this man to my left.
Yeah, we'll get
because
that information out in the
He's
next
working
couple
on
days.
something.
But let's wrap up this segment.
Yep.
And then come back.
We'll come back
grab
here
a juice.
shortly.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yep.
So we
So
can go
everybody-
grab ice cold water and do some stretching.
some stretching, and some making of good choices.
Yes.
So
and please go to YouTube to see these episodes. Sarasota Street Talk
Yep,
on
and
YouTube. We are the original
Yep.
podcast in Sarasota.
Yep, and also on this tent right here, you can see all the QR codes right around here. So if anyone
Take a
wants us
snap.
to go and scan a QR code, it'll go right to our channel. Please join. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Make good choices.
All right. See everybody soon.